Okay, this is checkpoint 6. We're just going to kind of go through it a little bit fast. So I have this, we're going from blue to green, and I can see that it went in the order from going around the circle, like clockwise, it went A, B, C, D. So over here, it is going in the opposite order to do that. So I know that it reflected it across, it looks like it's across the y-axis since it's still up here. And then it looks like it went one down. So it reflected it and then went one down. So reflection across the y-axis and then one down. There we go. Next one says use this graph to answer that. So blue to that one looks like it just reflected across that line L, and that was it. And if it did that, all of the angle measures remained the same. All the lengths remained the same. Because of those two, that means it was a rigid transformation. And then, so this one we want to talk about what happened. So from 0 to 0 stayed the same, 2 to 2 stayed the same. And then 2, so 2 to -2, so those went opposite, but 9 stayed the same. And if I'm looking at my transformations, I can see the only one where the x's go opposite, like 0, the opposite of 0 is 0, but where the x's go opposite is if it reflected across the y-axis. So that was based on looking at my notes. This one, it says here are the vertices if we did 90 degrees clockwise. So that means that the x and y are going to switch, but the y goes opposite, and then translated 3 units right. Let me show you how I would do this. Okay, so I'm going to come to this. So I would write down these problems. So notice that they come, like we have all those points, and I wrote them down, so you might need to get a notebook out. And then I'm going to look at my notes to see what I did to do each of these things. So I can see that 90 degrees counterclockwise, based on the notes that I took, says that I'm going to do a -y, x. So I have -y, x. So that means I'm going to take all the y's here, and I'm just going to put the opposite of them first. So instead of 4, I have -4. Instead of 2, I have -2. Instead of 2, -2. Instead of 4, -4. And then the x part, which is this part, I just keep the same. So -1, 0, 1, 2. And then 3 right means I'm going to take just these and add 3 to them. So it's going to be -1, -1, 1, 0, 1, 1, and then -1, 2. So that's what my new one should be. So coming back to the checkpoint that goes with this. So let's see, this is going to be my A prime. It's going to be back 1, down 1. So back 1, down 1. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Oop, that looks like it is. So B prime is over 1 up 0. That's looking good. C prime is 1, 1. That looking good. So yep, that one's it. All right. And then next question. Okay, so this one I have to draw. I have to do what this says. So it says draw line segments M and R with endpoints, a line segment with endpoints M and R. So I'm going to come here and draw a segment with endpoint M and R. This is a really fancy one. And then we come back here. Now draw a parallel line segment that is the same length as MR with endpoints M prime and R prime in the same order. So it says parallel to that M prime and R prime. And it says which one correctly describes the transformation from MR to M prime R prime. And I would say there are 2 of them. It could be this one, but they don't say which line. And so I'm just going to say it's a translation as if they just slid it down. And then this one, what describes this one? So it looks like everything goes in the same order. So it's just a translation. So let's see, to get from A to A prime, let's see, we went from 3 to -7. So that was left 10. And then down, so from 6 down to 8. 6 down to 2 is 8. So left 10, down 8. So left 10, down 8. Good, right there. And then last one. So we went from here to here and A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. So again, this looks like it went down to right to. So we want to show which one shows down to. So -2 and then right 2 would be +2. So it'd be this one. Okay, on the X. Do that. Feel so good about yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Feel like a champion. Go take a jog around the block. Whatever you need to do.